Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we will be reacting to Season 3, Episode 15 of Amphibia. So we're getting pretty into the thick of things. We got some backstory that gives a lot of explanation for King Andrias's actions. By no means are they excused. By no means are his actions made okay, but they're explained. We find out that Andrias was kind of raised into this. His father kind of believed like he believes now, and we saw all that time ago that he was kind of molded into the next generation of the same. However, he was a little more like friendly and wild and liked to have fun, which his father was clearly not okay with. He had two friends, one of which may have been the ancestor to the Plantar family, and the other of which, I didn't actually catch this on my initial viewing, is Beryl, whose hammer was a notable plot point before with Sasha and Grime. That's something I actually didn't catch on my initial viewing and actually only noticed after the fact. But yeah, we see that the king was good friends with them until an incident happened, and it kind of broke their friendship apart after, I can't remember her name, but the one that could be the ancestor of the planners, in order to, stop things from coming to pass, stole the music box. This caused Andrias to harden his heart and follow in his father's footsteps. He even had Beryl reassigned in order to not have that influence around him anymore, because he didn't trust them anymore. And it was all because of the manipulation of his father. Andrias's father manipulated him into believing that with this they were traitors, and or at least especially the girl, and couldn't be trusted, and that he had to put everything he had into, being the next king. Which makes it pretty set up that Andrias could have a redemption. And I don't know if I'm okay with that, but we'll have to see what goes down. We also had the return of Gary, Apothecary Gary, the sentient, living mushroom, cordyceps basically, that can turn people into zombies. And at this point, it was just kind of turning into Midsummer. It was just a Midsummer reference, and it was a good Midsummer reference, but yeah, that's the gist of what that episode ended up turning out to be. But in the end, Gary did agree to work with them and join the Resistance. And I said last time, by the way, that I thought Gary was the name of the person that the mushroom was, possessing, but no, that actually wasn't the case. Gary is apparently the name of the mushroom. I had to be reminded on that, because it's like, I can't remember every single little detail. But yeah, so Gary is part of the Resistance now as well, which can be very useful. But we have 4 episodes to go, including this one. 15, 16, 17, and 18. And we know that this is going to really, really get into the end game here. I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know what's going to happen, how insane this war is going to be. But we know that the true villain at this point, even above Andrias, is clearly Darcy. With the minds of all of these Amphibia mind is blanking. Ancestors, I guess. Um, all the best and brightest of Amphibia's past, all in the mind with Marcy's also exceptionally bright mind. We know that they're going to end up being the true final villain. And it's probably going to be very hard to defeat them. But I'm very, very excited to see how this all closes out. But I'm also sad because it's like I really got into this show. I've talked about it before. I've joked about it before, but it's like it's wild how much my mind has changed on this series. Going from dropping it and disliking it, or even just saying, oh, it's nowhere near as good as Owl House, to now being a big fan of it. And I would still say Owl House is better. Like, without question. I wouldn't even say it's, like, exceptionally close or anything. Owl House is definitely better. But, at the same time, this is still proven to be really damn good. And I'm enjoying the shit out of it. And I'm sad that it's going to be over. And I know a lot of you are probably sad that my reactions will be done as well, because I know a lot of you are enjoying my reactions. But we have to trudge on. So let's hope that we get another really good episode here. And let's just continue to head into the end of the series. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades black, then it fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. This was just an episode of, one, gathering allies and support, but also of callbacks. We had Tritonio and we had Domino too. And it's... that's cool. We got that really started last time with the callback to Apothecary Gary. But having it continue with these callbacks and continue bringing in the older characters from like season 1 and everything as allies, it's just like that's just really good. That's the good shit. And it makes me I don't know if you noticed in the reaction, but I was getting emotional. Especially like when I like mentioned that we were getting these callbacks and stuff. It's just... I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't even know if you could hear it, but that broke the tension a little bit. Or, not really tension, but yeah, it's like, just getting to have all these callbacks and, in a way, memories of the past seasons of the show and everything, and episodes that I liked too. It's like all 3 of these episodes, the one last that were referenced with last time with Apothecary Gary, that's one of my favorite episodes. You guys know that. But I also did like the Domino 2 episode. And the Tritonio episode was great. It's like these were great episodes, and so back referencing them here, and in such an important way, building up to the grand finale, the big war, is really cool. And it's like, this is a great way to do this. And it works out exceptionally well. Apothecary Gary's mind control abilities will be exceptionally useful in this battle. On top of that, we have Tritonio and his gang. An excellent battle strategist, and a gang of strong fighters who are great at carrying out those strategies. And now, as Sasha put it, we have air support. It's like this is stuff that actually makes sense, not only for the characters that we're seeing come back, but it makes sense from a battle standpoint. All of this stuff is useful for this war. It works on so many levels that it's impressive, honestly, how they managed to tie this together. This is genuinely great storytelling. It's genuinely really impressive writing to be able to tie in these old characters in such a perfect fitting way. To make it feel natural and also to make it work for the current narrative. So yeah, color me genuinely impressed. I just wish more of Chitonio's gang were credited, and everything. It's just like only the one character was the Tiny Tim-like character. Why wasn't the big lady, who is obviously a reference to Little John from Robin Hood lore? Why wasn't she credited? It's like she only had maybe a couple speaking points, but still, credit all of them. Don't just put them in additional voices. Credit all these characters. Come on, the voice actors deserve this. It's just like, it irritates me a little bit, especially when the characters are noteworthy. It's not like these are just random guards or something. Like the guard who was on the or not really guard, but the carriage driver who was driving the trapped carriage. Yeah, you didn't have to name him. That's fine. But it's name at least the band of merry men, just to call them something like that. At least have them credited. I'm sour about that, but it's a minor issue overall. I'm not putting it against the episode as a whole or anything. It's just I want voice actors to be credited. I want them to get the notice they deserve. But yeah, I really loved this episode. Both segments of it. The callbacks were great. Again, the way it was integrated into the current story was great. And it's I really enjoyed it. I was hooked. I was invested. I was completely into it. And I would say I probably like the second segment better, the Domino 2 one. Because I feel like I like Domino 2 a little more than Chitonio. And I'm talking on their original episodes too. It's I really like the Chitonio episode, and after multiple rewatches and stuff and everything, I still really enjoy it, and obviously it's important. But I kind of think I just enjoy the Domino 2 one a little more because of the connection with Anne and everything, and the connection with the original Domino. And there's just so much in that regards, and in the emotional pull of it all, plus cute animals, that it's I just tend to enjoy that a little more. So it's when I saw when it was obviously Domino 2, it's I got kind of excited. And to see that Domino 2 still remembers Anne and is completely still on her side and everything, even to the point of getting other what are they called? Coastal killer pillars, something like that. Getting the others on the side too. It's this is the, I love this. I love this. um, but yeah, so there's only 3 episodes now. 16, 17, and 18. I don't know if all 3 are going to be the big finale, the big war. The last 2 definitely will be. But I'm really hoping that Darcy is impressive in these last episodes, because Darcy, let's be honest, has not really done much of anything besides be menacing in the background in a couple episodes. Like, they haven't really done anything. And I feel like there's been quite a bit of Andrea still, but there just has not been enough of Darcy. And I understand that Darcy's like the thinker, the more logical and how do I put it? Prepared one. So it's not like they needed to do anything as of this moment, but still. I wish there was just at least a little more screen time for them. At least just more screen time. It just makes them feel a little underutilized. That would be my only complaint right now with season 3. That Darcy feels underutilized with what they could be and what they should be for the big finale, especially considering it's season finale or series finale. And I understand there's a lot they have to wrap up and a lot they wanted to do here, and that's fine. Just a little more screen time, that's all I would have wanted. Hopefully we'll get plenty of that in the final episodes. Hopefully it'll all work out. Hopefully we get to see more of Olivia and Yunnan. Like, seeing more of them would be great too. But in the meantime, let me know in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of Amphibia Season 3? And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.